See, every time I hit up YouTube, it is the same story. Flashy thumbnails, big houses, and promises of making millions through Airbnb arbitrage. It is catchy, right? But let's cut through the hype and see what is really going on with Airbnb arbitrage. Is it a true path to the riches or just a cleverly marketed fantasy? There is no such thing as free lunch. Ever noticed a common thread among all those rental arbitrage gurus teaching this on YouTube? They are all selling something, usually a training program, and that's their main game. They are not just sharing advice, they are selling you a dream, regardless of whether it is practical or not. And often what looks like a 5-10 minutes of informative video is just a disguised advertisement for their training program. That is a huge red flag. What they won't tell you is this model is not for everyone, and it is not the one for you if you don't have thousands of dollars in your pocket to spare. The arbitrage model means you will first be looking for a suitable property by knocking on the doors of tens, if not hundreds, of suspicious and uneducated landlords. Everybody gets suspicious when you tell them, oh, can I rent your place to rent to somebody else? And finally, when you do manage to find a landlord who agrees for this, then the property has to be in a desired location. It has to be a desired property on Airbnb. Then you still have to furnish the property at your own expense, and by this time you've already invested a couple of $1,000s, and you are legally responsible if anything goes wrong in that property. With the hope that you will get plenty of bookings all through the year, your guests won't cause any damage to the property, they will leave great reviews, neighbors will have no problems with it, and cleaners will always do a great job. The regulations around Airbnb won't change, you will make thousands of dollars in the process, and you will repeat this process several times and build an extensive Airbnb portfolio. But the reality is different. Firstly, if the property is mortgaged, the landlord will most likely be in breach of the terms and conditions of the mortgage provider, as most lenders do not allow Airbnb in a rental property. Secondly, your nightly rate and occupancy levels depend entirely on how great your reviews are. A few bad reviews from completely unreasonable guests will dry up your bookings in no time. You will be left with an empty property, utility bills, a monthly rent to pay to the landlord until the lease runs out, and a pile of furnishings to get rid of. And let's assume you don't face any of these problems. Simply listing a property on Airbnb with amazing looking photos doesn't get bookings. It is a highly competitive market, and only the properties appearing on the first 2 pages of the search result get bookings. And in that case, you will be waiting for bookings, just like most existing Airbnb hosts are struggling to make profit in the business due to lack of booking. The arbitrage model works only for commercial licensed properties. It is meant for professional hosts with deep pocket and a lot of experience in hospitality industry, and it is not for someone new to this business. Stay away from it if you have no prior hosting experience and a lot of money to spare. So what really works? The Airbnb business model, I will tell you, needs no investment. It is scalable and it works. This is the method by which I succeeded in this business, and it is definitely not as glamorous as Airbnb arbitrage, but let me briefly take you back to when I bought my first property to rent on Airbnb, which worked really well, and 1 year later I purchased another property. But then I realized I couldn't just keep buying more property, as I would soon run out of money. This is not scalable either. However, what I did was, in my first year of hosting, I learned all the intricacies of being a great host. How to price a property, how to optimize the listing, how to automate all the communication, and most importantly, how to get bookings. So instead of buying more properties, I started reaching out to other hosts in my area. I showed them how much revenue I was making and how many bookings I was getting. I told them I can do this for you too. I would offer them 1 month's free trial of my skills. If they like what I do, they can pay me a small commission, and if they don't like it, they can just ask me to leave. There is no obligation. People would throw their keys at me. It was a no-brainer for them. And with just word of mouth, within 3 months, I had 35 local properties to manage. It was good money, but there was a problem with this model. Because I was local, people were expecting me to be their property manager, who would deal with all the issues in the property. Whenever anything went wrong, they would expect me to be on site and arrange repairs, etc. But that wasn't me. I was the techie guy. I was a smart guy who knew how to make Airbnb work in my favor, but I wasn't someone who would deal with boiler or AC problems. So I decided to change my strategy. In the next 6 months, I gave all those properties back, and I started looking for properties far away from me, in different cities and even in another country, so people do not expect me to be there for maintenance issues. And this is how, in summary, I grew to over 250 properties worldwide. I had the skill, a skill which I could offer in exchange for a commission. This model needs no investment, no skin in the game, and no risks involved. I had no financial liabilities to look after. I simply offer them a solution to their problem. The hosts I work with were either overwhelmed by the operations or did not even have bookings. I built systems, processes around these things, and used technology to apply and automate all those processes. Stuff like communication and pricing is all done by technology. And I just implemented these processes in all those properties. See, the way to look at it is that many Airbnb hosts are landlords in their 60s and 70s, and not all of them are well versed with technology. And if you are someone who can fill that gap for them, they won't hesitate to pay you a small commission to do all this heavy lifting for them. So the bottom line is to learn the intricacies of running an Airbnb business first and offer them as a service to other hosts who do not have time or resources to do it themselves. Reach out to your friends or family members, your neighbors who are doing an Airbnb already. Offer them help for free, help them do it better, and in the process, learn how it all works. And once you are comfortable, start offering it to other people for a commission. And that's a wrap. Catch you in the next video. Keep watching and happy.